Alright, so I 3D printed a hot shoe mount for my DJI Action 2 camera. The Leica Q2 has the 28mm Sumilux with an aperture of 1.7. It's a great lens. So I reached my hunting grounds. This is the big wheel in Antibes. I took some pretty good pictures from that. I'll show them to you. That 47 megapixel sensor with the Sumilux lens, it's freaking magic. And I forgot my baseball cap. That's bad. All right, so let's go hunt and see if I can take some good pictures. You may have noticed that I use a wrist strap. I don't like to have a strap around my neck. It's just, I don't know, it bugs me. So, all right, so I don't take a lot of photos. You'll notice that. I come from the film era, so I'm used to having 36 exposures, not hundreds. And I guess still today, I don't take many photos. Maybe I should, I'm not sure, but I don't. So I try not to take photos of just very common things, you know, people in the street, but nothing unusual. I like to find a good framing, a good situation, something that's kind of a little bit out of the ordinary. So here I thought about waiting a bit and maybe taking a picture of someone on the horses there, but it's a little bit iffy, you know. I don't take photos of children or homeless people, for that matter. It's just that there are some rules in France that you have to go by. There are 3 conditions that allow you to take photos of people in the street. The first one is that it's a public space, like here. This is downtown Antibes. The second one is that it doesn't show people in a bad light, no pun intended. And the third one is that it has to be not for commercial purposes. So you can't make a penny out of your photography, basically. So if you're publishing a book or anything like that, you know, you're getting money paid, you could run into some trouble. So usually I try to avoid taking photos of people, you know, their faces, but sometimes I do when it's like not a close-up. Basically, I think it's all right in the street, but you have to be careful because this is not the US. You can't do whatever you want. Usually people don't really oops, all right, so I just took a picture there just to warm up, sort of. Nothing special. I'm not going to use that one, but yeah, I just wanted to show it to you. It's really, it's again, that's like a regular situation. There's nothing special, so to me that's not a keeper. All right, so here we're getting where there are a lot of people, and you know, it's an afternoon. I don't know what time it was there. Maybe 3-4 p.m., something like that. Oh, I took a picture there at the bank once. I'll show it to you. So that guy, yeah, that's I don't like speedos, especially on people like that. Anyway, I thought it was a neat photo. But all right, so I'm continuing here, and I keep an eye on everything. Basically, I try to notice anything unusual. Like, you know, I could have taken a picture of that guy there, but again, it's like a regular situation. I see a lot of people doing street photography, and they just take pictures of anyone in the street, and there is no, I mean, to me, often there is not a lot of artistic value there, or maybe it's something I don't see, but you know, I have to see something a little bit special to take a photo, and that's why I don't take a whole lot of them. Now, make sure you watch until the end, because I will stumble upon a concert later in that big hall over there, straight ahead. And I'm going to the center of downtown, and I walk pretty fast, so maybe that's not good. Maybe I'm missing stuff there. There are some little side streets that I take sometimes, trying to find interesting things, you know, colors, or I don't always take pictures of only people. Sometimes I take pictures of other things, you know, like a statue, or I don't know, something a little bit, again, unusual, or with bright colors, you know, that's like sometime. Once I took pictures of one of those dummies there, the mannequins, you know, for the clothing, but I'm not going to do that again. I'm just watching this with you right now. I'm not commenting while I'm doing it, you know. That's a little bit weird, you know, walking the street and talking at the same time. I could, but I prefer to comment later, because there are things that I don't really think about. So here, if I forget something, I can just add it. All right, so that's the town plaza. Well, it's one of them anyway. They have a big gazebo there. They have some really good ice cream there, not very far. So I just keep going, keep my eyes open. I missed a really good picture here. Last time I was out, a guy was carrying 2 buckets of ice, one on each shoulder, and I chickened out. I didn't take the photo. And sometimes you have to just do it, you know. It's just a habit, you know. Once you get into the habit of doing it, you don't care much anymore that people see you taking a photo. Now the Leica Q2 is great. Oh, here, tattoo. I like tattoos. I took a picture of that. We'll see. So yeah, I like to take pictures of tattoos. And yeah, the guy actually, yeah, I chickened out. I didn't take the photo. Sometimes you have to do it, you know. That's it. And you get used to it. Usually people don't mind. Sometimes they do. I've had people ask me to delete a photo once or twice, and I do it. You know, I don't try to wiggle my way out of it. I mean, it's better to avoid confrontation. But usually people don't say anything, and you smile. You know, just give them a big smile and a thumbs up, and usually that's all that happens. All right, so I'm going to take a little side street there that I take once in a while on the left. And let's see what's going on. All right, so that's interesting. Okay, I'll take a picture there. Hip shot. So quite often I shoot from the hip. So I don't use I never use the screen on the camera. So I never aim with the screen ever. Either I use the viewfinder, the electronic viewfinder, or I shoot from the hip. And of course I don't see what I'm shooting, but since the lens is a 28 millimeter, you cover a big area. Those colors are pretty cool here. I wonder how that's going to look in black and white. I do see the photo in black and white actually in the EVF, and yeah, nice colors. We'll see. You know, it's just why not? And I know there is a little Pinocchio over there, a wooden character. So I took a picture of it a while ago. I'll show it to you also. Just for the colors, you know, and this street here is very colorful. So I'm probably missing pictures that I'm not taking and I should be taking. So I'm sure people will, like, other photographers are going to be like, oh shit, you missed that, you missed this, you know. Yeah, I know. I'm going to turn around there and you'll see the little Pinocchio. And there he is. Oh, that could have been a good photo there with the woman coming out. She had some red, so yeah, sometimes just a matter of colors, you know, when you see matching colors. You just press the shutter, you know, and sometimes I don't, and I hesitate, and the moment goes away, and that's too bad, you know. I should really practice. As soon as I feel something, I see something, I press the shutter button. So this is a good exercise. hopefully I'm losing weight. Sometimes I walk for like a couple hours, and yeah, that's a long. I do walk a few miles. I mean, no doubt, no doubt. Now it's very hot, so I have to stay hydrated. So I stop at little cafes. I'll show you one later, and just to have a drink because it's just freaking hot and it's like more than 30 degrees Celsius. So it's really not good to stay in the sun. I try to stay in the shaded side of the street when that's possible. All right, so kids, again, I avoid taking photos of kids. I'm a 59-year-old man. I'm not gonna. You don't take photos of children. That's it, And I have really no interest. So, yeah, something not to do. And the parents could say something or whatever. I mean, I've taken in the U.S. I've taken photos where they were children in it, but it's kind of a All right, so there's a nice cafe there, nice cafe called Café Lacan, and I took a great photo there a while ago, I think it was a couple of years ago, with my Fuji X-E2. I was sitting on the other side of the street, like I'm going to do now, and I'll show it to you. So, yeah, here it is, and yeah, that's where I sit down, usually somewhere there.
Bonjour.
And
Je veux prendre un Cointreau sans glace, bien rempli, et un Vitalmont.
And I keep my camera ready, in case I see someone walking by that looks interesting. But yeah, the photos. So I'm showing you the photo now, and those two there didn't have an argument. I know it looks like it, but they were just joking around, So it was a friendly encounter, but it made a great photo. I had to crop it quite a bit because I used a 35 millimeter, and yeah, that was a little bit far on the other side of the street there. So, but I like to stop there and I have a drink and just basically here I recharge my battery for my DJI Action 2 and transfer the files to the micro SD card, and that's it. I'm having a little Cointreau and a Vitalmont, just just to stay hydrated, basically. I don't usually chimp. That means check your pictures while I'm walking. So usually I do that once I'm sitting down somewhere having a drink. So I'm checking the pictures, the photos, and yeah, it's pretty decent. Okay, well, nothing special there. I'll transfer my files to the SD card, and that takes a while. That camera is very slow to transfer the data to the battery module. The SD card is in the battery module, so you have to transfer, and it just takes forever. But that gives me the opportunity to recharge the DJI Action 2 a little bit. All right, back on the street. I'm not going to talk the whole time. I just let you just watch people walking by. Now the way I carry my camera is that I have it ready, turned on, and I put my thumb under the strap for my bag, and it allows me to have the camera at shoulder level. So I'm basically ready to press the shutter button at any time and aim the camera basically in front of me, and I can take a picture without looking in the viewfinder. And since it's a wide angle, usually it works pretty well. And if it's a little too wide, I can always crop, you know, with the 47 megapixel sensor. There is plenty there to use. See, I wish that woman had a tattoo on her back. I would have taken a photo of that. Last time I was in that spot, I took a photo of a guy selling hats, and he saw me take the photo. I gave him a thumbs up, you know, and he didn't say anything, but the photo wasn't great. This is where I missed that great photo with the guy with the buckets of ice on his shoulders. I should have taken it, but you know, it lasted a few seconds and it was too late. Now, sometimes when I see an interesting subject, I might turn around and double down, you know, just go around, back, and come back. I do that if the person seemingly hasn't seen me, but, you know, it's a little iffy. Okay, so here's guy, homeless guy. I don't take photos of homeless people. It's just, you're not supposed to anyway, because it doesn't show them again in a good light, you know, so you don't do that. And it's just overdone, you know, it's a cliche, really. Pun intended here. There's another one here, yep. Now on that corner there's a woman. I've taken the photo a few times before. She does hairstyles for people, and usually she's there, so we'll see her. I've taken her portrait a few times. It happens sometimes that, you know, when you see someone a few times in the same spot, you start saying hi to them because, you know, they recognize you and they see you taking pictures, and, you know, sometimes you end up having a chat, you know. Antibes is a good place for street photography because during the season there are so many people around. You know, you just have a lot of opportunities. I miss a lot of them, and sometimes I take a good photo. Now it's getting a little bit late there, and I didn't have much for lunch, so there is a very good pizzeria there at the end of the street, and I'm gonna go check that out. You'll have to tell me if you like this kind of videos, you know, because this is the first one I'm making. That's why it's probably not so good. So I'm open to any suggestions. This is a really good spot. If you're ever in Antibes, check it out. All right, not the healthiest, but hey, you know, I've been walking a lot. Back out again. Sometimes you take a street one way and you don't see things, and when you take it on the way back, that's when you notice stuff. I mean, it's just, it's one street one way is not the same as the same street on the way back, basically, if that makes any sense. Lots of small artsy little businesses there. That's kind of cool. Reminds me of Sarasota in Florida, where I used to live. I should have never left. Well, that's a different story. So here's the woman I know, the one I've taken the portrait a few times.
Ça va bien, ça va bien. C'est pas trop chaud? Ah, c'est pénible, hein?
And that's what she does for a living.
Ouais, ouais. Ouais, je crois que je vais faire encore un petit tour là, puis après, après je rentre quoi. Très bien. Eh ben, bon courage.
So as you can tell, I haven't taken many photos at all. It's just not a good day, I guess. Sometimes I take like 10, 15. Sometimes I take 0. So I could be walking for hours and not see anything and just not take a photo. But like I said, tonight something's gonna happen and I'm gonna take hundreds of photos. Couple of hundreds maybe, couple of hundred photos. And I know some people in the US are going to say, wow, those are tiny streets. And yes, they're tiny streets because they were made when there were no cars. So some of those buildings are pretty darn old. All right, so I'm kind of turning back here. I've been by already, so I'm just basically looking for interesting people. Now the battery of my DJI Action 2 is running out. I don't know that yet, but it's not gonna last much longer, so I use my phone later. What I'm going to do is that I'm going to show you the photos that I took. Alright, so here is when I noticed people all dressed the same, and they look like musicians. So that was very interesting. I kind of hung around and, started looking, and then one of those guys, or two of those guys, just posed for me. So I took their photo, and one of them gave me his email address, asking me if I could send him the photo, and I said sure, and I'll just take a bunch of them for you guys. And that was a great opportunity, just to practice basically. So they're gonna start playing, and it was a lot of fun, I have to say. Fortunately, I had my flash with me, and always take a flash, because you never know. You might think, I don't need a flash for street photography, but yeah, who knows? You know, street photography might not be what you'll end up doing. I took a lot of photos for those guys. I sent them like a 1 GB file of compressed JPEGs. So I'm not going to show all the photos, but just go back a little and look at them. They're pretty darn good, I think. And the keeper, the keeper of the day, I just have one, and that is this photo here. And it's kind of a street photography. I mean, I guess I just caught it in the moment, you know, and that's my favorite photo of the day, and that's the only one I'm keeping.